Good morning, everybody. I see smoke. And Peter ran in and said, Dad is burning not burning the paint, but I guess just like burning the smell out of the new pipe. This is exciting. This is very, very exciting. So he's got a nice fire going in there. Yeah, you can smell it. It's like new and it just kind of has this, I don't know if you'd call it like a paint smell or what it is, but it's not a good smell. I'm glad that he's doing this outside. Hey! Oh, he can't even hear me.
What's up?
I said, hey, and you were just cruising on by.
Yeah, it's gotta
awesome.
Get a lot hotter yet.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about this elbow though, because that's one of those adjustable elbows.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that is just paint burning off or if that's smoke leaking.
Oh no.
Because that'll go right into our living room. Maybe it's just the paint burning off.
Right.
But if that isn't, we will have to replace that. Oh!
It happens every day. I can't believe it.
This is school today.
When someone says supposedly instead of supposedly.
How's that paragraph coming, Peter?
Instead of supposedly. It's going good.
How's the paragraph coming? He's doing his
What am I supposed to do?
astronomy. Maria's working on her religion. She was just quizzing me on all the books of the Bible.
She didn't get some of them. I think you got there's 73 books in the Bible.
I think I got quite a few of them. Just having a little snack here. These are really good. Sea salt, caramel, cashews. Super good.
They're so sweet, so crunchy.
Serving up some lunch here today. So Peter made these the other night? Yeah. Peter made some homemade mac and cheese the other night, so Maria's having that. Looks like Peter's gonna have some of that. I also have some sausages, hash browns, eggs, just kind of all the things. Oh, and Peter is having, Joe is having the last little bit of the duck taco meat. He wanted that.
Which was really good, actually. I thought the duck taco meat was good.
It was very good, yeah. I mean, I said if I would not have known that it was duck and I just was served that, I wouldn't have known. I thought it was very tasty.
Yep. Youngsters.
For tonight's supper, I'm going to make cheesy brat stew. I've been wanting to make it for quite a while. It's a nice chilly day today, and so I thought it'd be perfect for supper tonight. I also had a request from someone, I want to say at least a month ago, someone saying, I'm looking for that on your channel. I don't think I ever got back to that comment. Here I am. I'm making it today. So I'm just going to start cooking up these brats here. I'm going to brown them first and get all the other things ready to go. This recipe is in cookbook number 2. It's on page 25. This is what I need. So you can see I'm going to make a little bit more. I have actually 10 brats. So 6 fully cooked brats, 4 medium potatoes, a tablespoon of butter, a small onion chopped, 1 can cream of mushroom soup, 1 16-ounce can of green beans, and 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I will actually be using more green beans because I'll use a whole quart jar from the basement. All it really is going to be is just extra meat and extra green beans. Otherwise, I'll keep it all the same. I went looking in the pantry for cream of mushroom, and look what I had to come out with: cream of celery. I have tons of cream of chicken, 1 celery, and 0 cream of mushroom, so this is what I'm going to go with tonight. Now that the brats are done and there's plenty of grease in the pan, I'm actually, let me get that turned way down so that little section over there, I don't want that to burn. It's really dark, but still flavorful. I'm not going to use the butter. I don't need to have any extra grease in here. We're just going to get these onions browning a little bit, and that's actually going to help to deglaze the Dutch oven here. So let's get those going. 4 cups of stock with the potatoes and get those cooking down for about 20 minutes. When I was putting the pork away the other day and kind of digging around the freezer, I did see that I had a bag of frozen apples that again had sifted down to the bottom, just like that freezer meal, which, you know, I said that the honey garlic chicken, the first time, it wasn't really our favorite. I mean, we all ate it all up. this time. I mean, nobody said like, oh, I'm not really fond of this or anything. All the chicken went. There might have been some gravy with some carrots left, but otherwise all the chicken went, all the rice went. It was good. We all really liked it. But the point is, that had sifted down to the bottom. These apples have, so I'm gonna make some apple crisp. I have my oven preheated to 350. This is my grandma's recipe. This is how she always made apple crisp my whole life. It's absolutely delicious. It's fine that I'm starting with frozen apples. She would have never done that. Always fresh apples, but I found it works just fine. No one has ever said, did you make these with frozen apples, Mom? Because I can tell. No one has ever said that. This recipe is in cookbook number 1. Got 2 cookbooks going. Page 54. My oven is not quite preheated, but when it does, 350 degrees for 40 minutes. Potatoes are boiling right now. I'm going to get that turned down to a simmer. So at this point now, I'm just kind of mashing up some of the potatoes here, getting this stirred around, and I'm going to get all of the other ingredients, which is just 3 things. Brats, a can of green beans, I will drain these, and then a can of cream of celery soup. I'm going to get all of that in there. I will shred some cheese, but I won't put that in right away. Here it is in all of its glory with all of the ingredients. It smells so good. Let me just get this all stirred around, and everything just needs to be nice and hot. This is another recipe. I'm telling you, the longer it sits, it's kind of like chili. You make this and let it sit for a couple of days in the refrigerator and then warm it back up. The flavors go through and it's just so absolutely delicious. Cheesy brat stew all dished up. Tuesday morning now, and looks like duck jerky is going in. Peter's getting everybody all set up for deer season here with some jerky. And this dehydrator was a sponsored post. Oh gosh, how long ago was that, Peter? 2 months already?
No, in the summer.
Okay, 2-3 months ago then, for sure. I don't use it all that often, but Peter definitely uses it quite a bit for making jerky. And I have to say, the best thing about it, Peter tells me this too, the best thing about it is the fact that you can set the timer here.
Because with our older one, it didn't have a timer on it, so like, say you started the jerky like at lunchtime, it wouldn't be ready to dehydrate.
Mom's always fixing your hair, huh?
It wouldn't be ready to dehydrate until like after supper, and then you just had to keep on like waking up to check it. But with this, you can just set it for like 6 hours, and then after 6 hours it just shuts off. So it's really nice.
Like with our other one, we were always having to like move the trays around. So we had the circular one and the air came from the top down. So like after 2 hours, you'd have to take the trays from the top and put them to the bottom. After another couple hours, you'd switch the trays around again. This one, we have not had to do that. You haven't, have you? No. And so that is a really, really nice thing about it. So if you guys are in the market for a food dehydrator, we have found this one to be very, very nice. And as far as price, I'd have to look up to see how it compares to other brands, but it's been very, very nice. Another thing that we've been really enjoying is the vacuum sealer. We just vacuum sealed up the steaks, the venison steaks on Sunday or Saturday or whatever day that was. And now here Peter vacuum sealed up his jerky. And these are nice size packs, Peter, because then you can just like put one of these in your pack and eat on it. Now with jerky, we only do 1 seal. But when I'm doing something like, oh, I guess you did do a second seal on this one. But when I'm doing something that's a little bit wet, then I always do a second, just a seal. Just in case one seal would break or would come loose, then we have the other seal. I see why you did this, because you just got a little close to the jerky, huh? So then you did a second seal. And there goes Maria. She's my match up all the socks girl. And I don't think it had gotten done for a while. There we go. Start it up, Peter. Is that the meat temperature, 158? Mm-hmm. It's ready to go. I was just heading to the bathroom. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to use my waver, the one that like gives me like the kind of curly hair. Anyway, I'm going to do that. And we have we've got homeschool co-op. today, and there's a baby shower at the co-op, so I need to make something kind of like a little dish to pass. This is the lead up to deer season, and it's just so fun. There's so much that has to be done. Getting the house ready for guests and just outside stuff. Joe and I...
For you getting the house ready for guests.
You don't think it's fun getting the house ready? But it benefits all of us. Getting everything picked up and put away and getting all the corners cleaned out does benefit all of us. But Joe and I have to go and try out the deer stand that we're going to be sitting in. So we have someone that hunts on our property, a friend, and he's not hunting opening weekend. So that means Joe and I are going to go out for probably 3 hours. We'll see how long Joe will, how long it'll work for Joe. So he and I are going to sit this year, opening day. It's been never since before I was married that Warren and I sat together opening day, so this should be exciting. But with that, Joe and I have to go try out the deer stand. We've never sat in that one, and you just kind of have to go and sit in the chair and like get your gun up and just kind of make sure that you're comfortable in it, and you know.
Make sure you don't have to trim any branches.
That's true. Make sure you don't have to trim any branches or anything. But also, like for me, it's just, am I still going to be able to sit and aim my gun? Do I have to kind of stand and hunch a little bit? You know, every window is a little different on those stands, or, you know, the openings. So luckily for me, Peter tells me that he has already done what?
Deleted the workout videos on my trail camera.
Which is a good thing for me, because a few of you have said, I can't believe that we don't get to see the workout video. Well, you can just imagine then. In a little bit though, we will pull up some video. You can put your camera card in, and we'll show a few of the really neat things that you've gotten, okay? He's gotten some neat videos on the camera. Can we just take a second for this hair? I just used my waver, and I would like to wake up every morning looking like this. I just have to say. Sometimes the waver doesn't quite do what I want it to do, but anyway, today it did, and I am loving it. All right, I am going to make something. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna make something. I have we have a baby shower potluck to go to today at our homeschool co-op. So while all the kids are doing their classes, then the parents that are not teaching classes or whatever this time, or helping in classes, which I don't think I'm a parent helper today. We always get a text the night before, and I have not. I know I have one coming up. It must be next, no? Let me see here. Next week we don't have class. So it must be the first week in December. That must be my my parent helping time. So anyway, I am going to try to figure out what I'm going to make to take for that little potluck. I decided that I'm going to make a cranberry Waldorf salad. I don't have any grapes. That's okay. I'll just add in some extra pineapple or apples, or, you know, that kind of thing. So I have a ½ pound of washed fresh cranberries here. I'm going to get this on and get these chopped up. And then I'm going to mix them with sugar. Do they give any tips on melting the...
It says melt the candy corn in 20-second increments.
In the microwave?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Airtight container, 3 cents.
I heard about a recipe that sounds basically impossible to me. And that is taking candy corn and creamy peanut butter, mixing it together, like melting it all together, spreading it in a pan, and then putting some chocolate over it, and it's supposed to taste like Butterfinger candy bars. I know.
I don't believe it.
I really cannot believe it.
Because this taste is terrible.
So a friend of mine told me about this, and I was kind of just intrigued by it. Well, then Grandma bought, I was like, I just wouldn't have this around. But anyway, Grandma bought candy for the kids, and she bought them a bag of candy corn, because you just have to have candy corn at Halloween, I guess. So anyway, we're gonna give it a try. We're adapting the little bit of a recipe that we found online. We are doing 11-ounce bag of candy corn. And then we're gonna get this into the microwave like 20 to 30 seconds at a time, get that all melted. I'm going to measure out just under 1 cup of peanut butter. We did the ratios, didn't we, Peter?
Yeah.
And how much peanut butter do we need?
0.92.
Yes. So just barely under a cup. We're gonna get that mixed together. So let's make it happen.
This is like getting peanut butter consistency. It's so weird.
And here is our 0.92 cups of peanut butter. Since we're not using like the full recipe that they had online, which was starting with 18 ounces of candy corn, we're just using part of this pan and making it nice and smooth because, you know, you want it thick enough. If I spread it out, it would be way too thin. So we're doing it like this. This now is ready to go into the refrigerator just until it's a little bit chilled. I have semi-sweet chocolate, so that's what I'm going to melt. And it does recommend like the chocolate almond bark, or what else did it recommend, Peter? Milk chocolate to be most authentic, but I don't have that. So we're going to use semi-sweet.
So what do you think this tastes like?
It is food, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure you're not handing me something.
What are you doing, Peter?
Well, it tastes peanut buttery. Kind of tastes like a Butterfinger. Yeah, kind of tastes like a chopped up Butterfinger. What is it, like a carrot or something?
No, it's homemade Butterfingers.
Okay.
Guess what's in it?
Two ingredients.
Peanut butter
Yes.
and sawdust?
No.
I don't know.
Candy corn.
Candy? What?
Yeah, melt
Peanut butter and candy corn, and it makes it like
So
that.
that's where all the candy corn that nobody wants to eat ends up? They make it into
Probably.
Butterfingers?
They turn it into Butterfingers.
Oh my god.
And then I'm gonna dip them into chocolate.
Yeah?
So then it's like a real Butterfinger.
Yeah? That's awesome.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
All right, I have the cranberries, the sugar. I let that set on the counter here for probably 45 minutes. I just wanted it to get nice and juicy. Then I stirred it pretty hard to like dissolve the juiciness, or to dissolve the sugar in whatever juice it created. Then I put in a couple of apples chopped. I normally would put in grapes, but I don't have those. I also put in some crushed pineapple that I had drained very well. Put in some pecans, and now we are going to put in marshmallows. It says 3 cups. That's most likely 3 cups right there. I'm gonna whip up some heavy cream, 1 cup. I'm gonna whip it up till we have good stiff peaks. Get that folded in, get this refrigerated, and this will be ready for our potluck today. If you buy ramen like in these boxes at Aldi, these are great boxes. They're actually surprisingly strong, and I use them for all kinds of things. Like right now, I'm using them to contain nuts and chocolate chips.
Here, I'm gonna do this one.
No.
Cranberry Waldorf salad is all done. I always mix it in a larger bowl. If I was serving it for my own family, I would just leave it in this big bowl. But since I'm taking it, I put it into a smaller bowl. It just looks better, I feel like, if the amount that's in there, you know, doesn't look like we ate half of it before bringing it. So anyway, I'm going to get this saran, get this in the fridge. I will take this along with a serving spoon, some small little cups and plastic spoons. I don't know what the situation is going to be there for plates and things or whatever. So I will take that for serving. Peter cut the Butterfingers. He has those in the freezer. They have to freeze for 1 hour before putting the chocolate on. So actually they're going to end up freezing for longer because we won't be able to do it till we get home from co-op tonight. One thing that I've been meaning to do here in a video for a while is to thank somebody for sending a really, really nice gift to Joseph and Peter. So Amazon usually sends a little code and you can send a thank you note that way. Well, we weren't able to. So to Kelly in Minnesota, you know who you are.
Thank you for the gun.
Thank you, or Airsoft.
What? It was Nerf.
Nerf gun.
A Nerf gun. And the target too, remember?
Yeah. Thanks. Okay.
Kelly.
Kelly.
Kelly. All right, well, thank you so much. They really appreciate it. And actually, it came in handy last night. Peter had a Nerf war that he went to, and he was able to use the new gun.
Yeah.
So, all right, thanks so much. You guys are very generous. It's time. Let's get a good close-up.
That was a little close.
A little too close.
A little too close.
One thing, melting the chocolate
Uh-huh.
and then having it harden, your fingers, just the heat from your fingers, melt it super quick.
Super fast. Okay.
Can I eat it?
Yeah, take a bite. What
I
is
seriously tasted like a Butterfinger.
It tastes exactly like a Butterfinger, and it's like, there's like layers like a Butterfinger.
Let's see.
So you can see like layers.
Now, actually, my take is that I feel like there's too much chocolate on it.
Then
I
you would
think-
like this piece.
It would be better.
Maybe something like this right here, where it's just a tiny bit of chocolate. Well, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like less chocolate would have been good.
I think a lot less chocolate would
would
actually
say-
be good.
Next time,
Mm-hmm.
just chocolate on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Like just a bar.
Yeah, less chocolate. And I do think you would get more of the Butterfinger flavor if we actually used like the chocolate almond bark rather than semi-sweet, because the semi-sweet is pretty and it's pretty strong.
Another.
Okay,
another?
sure. Yep.
Can I eat this one? It doesn't have a lot of chocolate on it.
Yeah, go for it. Good morning. Okay. These glasses don't want to stay up. Good morning. I'm back into the kitchen here and I'm going to make sourdough. So my sourdough is very active. I actually fed it once. I got it nice and active. When it kind of like fell, then I fed it again so that I could get a nice big amount of sourdough, active sourdough. So I have 160 grams into my bowl here. Let's tear this out. And now I'm going to put in 16 grams of salt. I'm actually doubling a recipe. Okay, did you send him the trail pictures? Not right this second.
I'll take care of the chicken.
700 grams. And then we're going to do 100 grams of this rye flour.
It's over half that. Okay, that should be fine.
What one are you making today?
Hazelnut.
Hazelnut?
But you can't get a fan for this.
So much excitement here all of a sudden. Peter came in. He caught his very first bobcat of his life. He has a tag. So Wisconsin gives out so many bobcat tags every year, and he was able to get one of those. How does that happen? Do you have to like put in for it every year?
Yeah.
It's a.
Yeah, you apply for a tag, and if you don't get one, you get preference points. So then the next year, that means like you'd have a greater chance of getting one. Then.
Okay.
And there's an
So how many
application
years
fee.
have you had to put in?
I had 2 preference points.
And then
So this is his third.
Yeah.
awesome. All right, so anyway, so lots of excitement while we were out doing that. Then we got back. Well, there's just stuff that goes along with that. And then Maria comes out. She's like, your timer's going off, Mom, and there's nothing in the oven. I was like, oh, yeah, that's for my sourdough. So just a second, Maria. I am doing a stretch and fold here. So just boom, boom. Whoops, that kind of broke off. So that's what I'm doing right now. Basically, well past supper time, and I'm just getting a meatloaf going in the oven. We babysat for 2 of my grandkids this afternoon, and then, you know, when Mom and the other one gets home, then you just sit and visit for a while too. So anyway, it is 6. I'm just getting meatloaf going. This is the little tiny recipe that I have been using when I want to make like a whole meatloaf forever. 1 envelope of onion soup mix, although that is the part that I end up changing up a lot because I rarely have an envelope of onion soup mix. So today what I did is I put in here 1 teaspoon of steak seasoning, 1 teaspoon of a garlic pepper seasoning, 1 teaspoon of a like gourmet hamburger seasoning, as well as a full tablespoon of dried minced onion. And then I have the 2 pounds of ground venison. I'm so happy that Warren got that deer last week, because now I actually can make meatloaf the way I like it. 2 eggs, 1/4 cup of water, 2/3 cup ketchup, 3/4 cup breadcrumbs. I'm going to get this all mixed up and put it into a loaf pan and get that baking in the oven at 350 degrees for 1 full hour. I also brought out my potatoes here. I'm going to get my potatoes washed up and put those in the oven with the meatloaf. Love ya. Have fun.
Yep.
I said it's just a drop off. And
I want to call solidarity.
Okay. Only 3 of us here for supper tonight. But I do want some leftover potatoes. I'll do 6. Well, all kinds of crazy turn of events. It is now 8:45, and we are now just finally eating. So meatloaf, creamed corn, baked potato. That's going to be supper here tonight on this late Wednesday night.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm like, hey, you're 12 years old. You shoot any buck that comes by. Yeah.
So that sourdough that I started, whenever that was, the recipe that I'm using said that it could ferment for up to from 1 to 24 hours. So it's actually been, well, it's been just about 23 hours, maybe 22 and a half hours. I'm finally getting both of the loaves in. I'm doing 2 of them in at the same time, just following along with this new recipe. Always trying to get just the right one. And what I really think I need to do is just stick with one, because when I watch all these different recipes, they're all so close, right? You know, one has 300 grams of flour, one has 280 grams of flour, one, you know, I mean, they're all so close. I need to stick with one and make it 3, 4, 5, 6 times and really get better with that. That's what I really should be doing. I haven't, but I should be. In other news, this is pretty exciting. I came home today and look at what there is. There is a fire.
You want to go get some wood, Peter?
How is it? It looks,
Yeah, we're going to put some wood in.
we're gonna put a little wood in. So there was kind of like a trial and error with the pipe. Warren did it a couple different ways until we settled on, I guess, what we think is gonna be the best, you know, the best fit.
Do you want more?
I don't know if this one's not going to fit. Throw this one outside. It's too big. I have to start cutting shorter wood because I'm used to cutting wood for the wood burner outside. And this needs shorter wood.
Yeah, just some nice little pieces, right? Those look pretty long too, don't they? That one looks
this
good.
One will fit.
That one looks great.
I don't know about this one. This one looks a little long.
Mm-hmm, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, too long. Throw this one outside too. Bring me some. There's a couple more in there.
We got 2 more.
And then what is, this is a poker?
This is actually from the basement. This is like
they're like-
1947 vintage.
These
Wow.
are just as long as the others.
Are they tongs?
They're like tongs, but there should be a poker somewhere. I don't know where the poker is though. I thought it was downstairs, but
I don't understand how those tongs work though.
well, you know, this one is solid and this one moves. So you want to pick up a log, you know.
Oh, I see. So you don't hold on to it by the handle at
Well, I
all.
mean, you can hold on to the handle and then this one moves. This
Huh.
one is solid, this one moves. So I can pinch you with it.
That's
That might
interesting.
be too long.
It might work. Yep. Alright. No, you gotta grab it by the end because if you grab it up there, it gets really hot. Here.
And it feels so good.
Smells like we just stoked the wood burner.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what we did, Peter.
Yeah.
Here is the smaller loaf of the sourdough. Seems like it's good. And I haven't taken this one out yet. Here's the bigger one. They're definitely a lot lighter this time. The last few that I made, I mean, same temperature, but a lot darker, especially on the bottom. But yeah, it's still fine on the bottom. I think, though, what I need to do is try the rice flour. A lot of people have said that rice flour works really, really well. It keeps it from sticking. Also, I think it won't be quite so, like, floury on the bottom. That is hot. All right, who wants a little wedge of sourdough? Hot. Oh my gosh, it is so hot though.
Want me to cut it?
It's just super hot. Is it better or worse or the same as any other one that I made? Because I'm always making a new recipe, trying to figure out which one I like the best. I can't even cut this, I'm mangling this. Oh, really?
No,